All right, fellow Mets miners junkies, it's Ernest Dove again, wanting to report further on the St. Lucie Mets, this time focusing on the hitters. This video is sponsored by Gym Unity at gymunity.com for some personal training needs with a clothing line. Regarding the hitting, you have to start with Blake Tiberio. I heard so many good things about him in camp with his swing. He always had a good swing coming out of college, really fast, really quick. He's now 24 years old because he lost time following Tommy John surgery. Obviously now he's fully healthy and he's showing it for the team, leading the team in hitting. His walk and K ratio right now is 6 and 5. Can't really beat that. For me, one of the most important things about Tiberio was that he's been moved back to third base this year. After surgery, they had him over at second base for last season. Got to be a good sign to see him back at the hot corner. He looks really good there defensively. I don't see any problems with the arm. So please keep an eye out on Blake Tiberio going forward. Hopefully, really soon he'll be promoted to Double-A to see where his bat will be tested there. One of the other hitters, outfielder Quinn Brody from a recent college draft. He's still hitting .333 right now. I had no idea how strong his arm was in the outfield. Really good sign. I see him maybe more of a spray hitter. I see him hitting it all around the field. So hopefully he continues to progress as well. Jeremy Vasquez, really interesting guy, first baseman only. Really love his contact ability. I see the hard hit rates and the exit velocity from him. Really hoping it translates to more home runs throughout the year. Another guy who could really see a promotion to Double-A by summer, depending on how he continues to progress and maybe more doubles and home runs once the weather gets a little bit warmer and maybe the wind's blowing out a little bit more in Port St. Lucie. One of the interesting guys is Cody Bohannock, one of the prospects from the trade that also brought the Mets J.D. Davis from the Astros. He's played both infield and outfield. His playing time has been sporadic. Can't really overlook a .447 on-base percentage. Lots of walks, lots of versatility. Interesting guy to keep an eye on going forward as to how they keep using him day to day. Another one of those not sure prospects is the shortstop Manny Rodriguez. When I've seen him, he's a really strong guy physically. It shows when he barrels up on the ball. He's got another good on-base percentage. A lot of the Mets hitters here for St. Lucie, a lot of walks, although a lot of strikeouts going on from the team right now. So they've been showing a lot of patience, along with a really huge emphasis on bunting, sack bunting, hit and runs. The team is doing a lot of development in this area. So keep an eye on Manny, just from being strong. See if some of the home runs start to come later in the summer. Maher, the catcher, who hit his first career home run last night for St. Lucie in a loss, is definitely an elite defender. Really strong arm. He's tough to run on. He's got really quick feet. He's already thrown out 6 of 12 base runners so far this year. Got to keep an eye on him throughout the system. Every team, especially the Mets, can use a really good catcher going up the affiliates. So hopefully the hitting can continue to be there. I've seen him go the other way when he needs to on the pitches. So hopefully the hits keep coming at a certain rate, and you've got to keep an eye on him then going forward. If he maintains a pretty good batting average and starts to hit a couple of home runs and doubles. Carlos Cortez is one of the guys I want you to keep an eye on regardless of the box scores. Right now, through 13 games played, he's only hitting .208 with a .533 OPS. Again, let me put my fake reputation on the line. I'm going to tell you to ignore the stats right now. Give it a few weeks. Give it into May or June. And I guess come back to him and come back to me with your thoughts on how the numbers start to translate. Really, really strong guy. I could see the exit velocity when he barrels up. Just hasn't been showing it all in the games, in the box scores, as far as getting the hits. His walk-K ratio is 4.6, so not striking out a lot. It's just putting the ball in play. I want you to keep an eye on him. Desmond Lindsey, huge concern with the strikeouts. I know he has the new swing. To me, he looks extremely patient at the plate. He's one of the the one guy's on the team who really is patient. A lot of 2-2 and 3-2 counts can be good and bad. It's good for the team to see the pitcher, can be bad for the hitter with so many 2-strike counts, trying to put it together. I don't want to consider it an amazing, huge concern right now, especially with the patience, but obviously something to keep an eye on. You want to see him start to translate the higher averages and the higher power going forward. Louis Carpio, really high regarded prospect a few years ago. He had the shoulder injury. He's back now for a couple of years, but he's been hard to get into the games. A lot of middle infielders on the team this year. Trying to figure out where he belongs on the team. A lot of shortstop has been going to Bohannon and Rodriguez. They've been putting Carpio at second a little bit, but that's also where Carlos Cortez is. So they've been mixing and matching with the DH and second base the best they can. Trying to figure out what his status is going to be by the end of the year, because he showed a lot of pop. I think he hit 12 home runs last year. Got to see where he progresses. He's still really young, even still for the league and for the level. Another player fighting for time badly is Matt Winokur. Not really getting a lot of time on the field. He's only played 8 games out of the 15. He's been struggling offensively when in the game. They put him in some outfield, I believe some first base. Just trying to see where he can fit in. Lastly, my favorite prospect, Ansel Moreno. He's been struggling. Seems like the team is putting a lot of emphasis to use his elite athleticism. A lot of bunt attempts. But he's been struggling. He's a switch hitter. There's still time for him. In the outfield, he's got a really strong arm. He's been throwing out a lot of runners, trying to advance bases. Got to keep an eye on him. They still really do love him and his potential. So please, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on me. Keep an eye on the St. Lucie Mets. Let me know what you think of the information. I'll keep trying to bring it to you. Thank you.